It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to a special broadcast of Saturday travel and cruise industry news. And as you can tell, I'm still very hoarse. And I have been drinking the tea, like you guys said, but the voice is just absolutely shot. I was getting ready to go live and was run off from where I've been doing the show all week. They're doing some kind of a sea day activity there with extraordinarily loud music and a loudspeaker and a lot of people. And I literally could not hear myself in the headsets. So I ran back up to the bedroom. It's not even made up yet. So I could at least have a little quiet to do. It's not much of a show today. Also, my guest today, we were not able to make a connection, unfortunately. So I'll have to put that off for another day. All right. Anyway, welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 17th day of December, 2022. We'll just have two little stories to look at. Symphony of the Seas rescue and a really bad look for Norwegian. Coming to you today live from the seascape here at 11 o'clock. Today is National Maple Syrup Day. So, folks, go get a waffle or a pancakes or something that you slather maple syrup all over it. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News and up pops the fat travel guy. Anytime you want to hop over to the video feed to take a look at any kind of clips or pictures I might be using in that show, there's always a link in the description or the video feed. Just click on it and hop over and take a look. Of course, this week's shows and videos have been sponsored by Scoot Around, Will Power Chairs, which is the parent company of Scoot Around. For all your mobility needs, just talk to these folks. Down in the description, you'll find a phone number. Give them a call. Whether it's on a cruise, at home, in a hotel, in an airport, wherever you might need some assistance, let them do some figuring for you. All right, I'll be back with a couple stories after this, a real quick word from one of our sponsors. All right. The main thing has to do with Symphony of the Seas. Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas rescued an overcrowded boat with more than 20 refugees, including at least one child. Wow, sorry about that. All the refugees were brought safely aboard the cruise ship and transferred to the proper authorities. Symphony of the Seas was enjoying a leisurely day at sea in transit from Cozumel to Coco Cay when the small craft, overcrowded with refugees, was spotted in the waters north of Cuba and southwest of Key West about 4:30 in the afternoon. The cruise ship responded, sending out a small pilot craft to investigate. 22 refugees were on board, which appeared to be taking on water Refugees were waving their arms, in other words, trying to attract attention for a rescue. The refugees, which appeared to include at least one woman and child, were transferred to the cruise ship, and the United States Coast Guard was notified. Later in the day, the refugees were transferred to the Coast Guard authorities. While the Coast Guard did not confirm the nationality of the refugees, the Strait of Florida between Cuba and Key West is often a location where individuals fleeing Cuba are located. You know, Havana and Key West are just 100 miles apart. So a rescue from Symphony of the Seas, and if I'm not mistaken, this is their first rescue at sea. The other story has to do with Norwegian, and this is just a really bad look. They laid off 10% of their land-based workforce right here at Christmas. That's not a good sign. And then you come back and announce that Jack Del Rio Jr. has been appointed CEO of Oceana. Don't know what his salary is going to be, but I guarantee it's in the millions. There's been a lot of criticism over his father's enormous salaries. So now you mix in some nepotism. It's just a really bad look for Norwegian. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, wasn't counting on having a whole lot of people here. Let's go see who's in the chat room. Again, my apologies for the voice and for having to move and being late getting in at the last minute. Man, it was loud. It was really loud. Sonny's with us. Hi, Sonny. How are you feeling? Chillie like crap. Nikki's here. Dennis is here. Yeah, Dennis, I've been drinking your tea. So at this point, it's not done. I'm also taking antibiotics. But right now, it's not kicking in yet. I did do a COVID test again this morning, and I'm still negative. So this is just a cold, I think. Robert's with us. Hey, Robert. Emily's here in the car with her girlfriend on the way to an Italian restaurant for her birthday. Nice. Don't eat too much, Emily. Don't drink too much wine. That's the important thing with Emily, especially if you're driving. All right, guys. Real quickly, going over my schedule. We get into Miami tomorrow morning and disembark. I have no idea how long it'll take. I'm hoping to get a fairly early start, but we'll see. The hot air is Tom has invited me to stop in Myrtle Beach tomorrow night. If I can make it that far. We'll play that one by ear. And Monday, I am intending to do the show from on the road somewhere. If the voice should completely go out on me, I'll let everybody know that I'm canceling the show, but hopefully it'll be back by then. So, all right, that's going to wrap me up for today, folks. Again, I'm sorry that my interview didn't work out. I was looking forward to talk to that young man. And he might have showed up, right at the last second, and I was already gone because of all that racket down there. So we'll see if I can catch up with him later on today. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the day and the weekend. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. Hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you Monday for the regular show time at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great weekend, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry, so if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.